And after that, we will ask two students, Chloe Jennings and Amir Reagan, to come down and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you would please, bow for a moment of silence. Thank you very much. Amir, Chloe, come down, please. Please signify your approval by raising your right hand. All right, Mr. Wilson is elected.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I'm also required to call for nominations from the floor for the position of Vice Chair for House County Board of Education for the 2020 calendar year. Do I have such a nomination?
Yes, Mr. Billy, I'd like to make a nomination for Ms. Ellen Hughes, Vice Chair for the 2020 calendar.
All right, are there any other nominations? Hearing none, all those in favor of Ms. Hughes serving as Vice Chair for the 2020s, please signify your approval by raising your right hand. Ms. Hughes is elected. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I turn the meeting over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, board members, and I'll make further comments down in the board members' comment area. At this time, it's always an honor and a pleasure to meet many of our outstanding students, our high-achieving students and faculty from our school. So at this time, I'm going to ask Assistant Principal Dr. Horton if you will stand and introduce your students and other guests.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having us this afternoon. My name is Dr. Horton. Mr. Martin sends his regrets for not being able to be here today. But first, we'd like to recognize our Teacher of the Year, Miss Angie Barajas. Ms. Barajas was elected by her peers because she is constantly learning. She's constantly seeking to not only improve her teaching, but the teaching of others. So if there's a professional development opportunity, she is there. She teaches physical science, and she has taken over and led that team to the highest grade of any EOC team that we have in the school. She also teaches AP Environmental Science. And as she does that, she's become a mentor to several of the teachers in our county in AP Environmental Science. She also serves as a grader on the global level. She presents professional development at the school and the county level. She is that teacher that has the credibility with her peers and with her students, so that when she speaks and the things that she does, she truly is an example, and she is that teacher leader that helps Ferry High School continue to improve. And we are very thankful to have her as a teacher at Ferry High. Next, we have Charlotte Collier, one of our best students at Ferry High School. She is a familiar face. She is here quite often. We have shared several lunches together, so I have enjoyed spending a lot of time with her. One of the things that I will say before I read the very long list of accomplishments that she has is that she is a special individual, because while lots of the world is looking inward, she is always looking outward. She is always trying to figure out what she can do to help someone, what projects she can do. There are books all over our school because of Sade. There is a voter campaign because of Sade, because the passion she has for other people. So this time I'm going to read all of the various honors that she has. She currently serves as a representative for the Student Advisory Council with the school superintendent, Richard Woods. She is the senior editor of the Perry High School Yearbook. She is an FBLA officer, serves as a representative in student council and is a member of the National Honor Society and the Beta Club. She was the 2019 Governor's Honors participant in Communicative Arts. She's named the 2019 regional winner for the Young Georgia Authors Competition in Middle Georgia, and she has been accepted to NYU, where she will go in the fall, and she's going to be majoring in journalism. She wants to eventually be one of the journalists in the New York Times. We have Paige Pascal. As you can tell, she is one of our FFA officers and does a great deal at Perry High School in the community with her interest there. She serves as president of the Perry High School FFA chapter. She's active in the National Honor Society, Student Council, and FFA. She shows pigs at the local, state, and national level. She's here today because she has an individual award. She's competed in multiple FFA competitions with her team, the Nursery Landscape, where she was a #1 individual on the national team in 2019. She plans to attend the University of Georgia in the fall and major in animal science, and she wants to work with animal pharmacology.
Thank you very much. Next, we will have from Mill Elementary Principal, Mr. Elizabeth Johnson, if you will introduce your guest, please.
Good afternoon. We are so happy to be in your presence today as guests, and we bring you greetings from Mill Elementary. And I'm super excited because you have the pleasure, and I have the pleasure, to introduce two of my outstanding Mill Rockets as well as our Teacher of the Year. So I'm going to ask my first Rocket, Miss Chloe Kate Jennings, to come on out here with me, please, ma'am. This is Chloe Kate. She's a 5th grade honors student at Miller. She has been a Miller Rocket since kindergarten, so I've had the pleasure of watching her grow up throughout the years. Her parents are Mr. David Jennings and Miss Ida Jennings. Chloe Kate is the big sister. She has a little brother named Mitchell, and Mitchell is a kindergartner at Miller, and she also has a 2-year-old little sister named Rose Marie. I asked Chloe Kate what are some of her hobbies, and she mentioned she likes to draw, she likes to read, and she likes to sing privately in her bedroom. Her favorite subjects are math and social studies. The clubs that she's been involved in while at Miller, she's participated in the art club, in chorus, the science club, and participated in the math bowl. Her goal is to become a merchant and move around from place to place selling items. She says she doesn't like being in one place for a long period of time. I asked Chloe Kate's teacher to give me one word to describe her, and her word was compassionate. She said because she's a very special student with a kind heart who has empathy and is very concerned about others. I explained to Chloe Kate that we would be coming today to meet with the board members, and I asked were there any comments she would like to share with the board members, and her comments are she would like to thank you for giving us the social studies curriculum that we have because it's very interesting, and she gets involved in a lot of her classroom debates. Ms. Chloe Kate Jennings. My next outstanding rocket is Mr. Amir Reagan. Amir is also a 5th grade honors student. He has been at Miller since he was in pre-K. And so he has spent all of his elementary years at the Miller Rocket. His parents are Mr. and Mrs. Rashid and Lakeisha Reagan. He's the big brother to a sister named Layla, and Layla is a 2nd grader at Miller. Some of his hobbies are to participate in football, basketball, baseball, but basketball is his favorite. He also likes playing video games, traveling, and spending time with his family. His favorite subjects are reading and social studies. Some of the activities that he's been involved in has been in the Academic Bowl, and he currently serves as president for our Nesby Junior Science Club. His goal is to become an inventor, but that's after his career ends as an NBA player. I asked a music teacher to give me one word to describe him, and her word was dedicated, because he's devoted to any task or purpose that's given to him. He's loyal and supportive in the classroom. And Amir's comments to the board members is he would like to thank you all for coming out to visit his classroom at the beginning of this school year. And he said that he wished you all would continue doing the great job that you're doing to make sure that Houston County is the best county. Amir Ray. And our last Miller Rocket is our teacher of the year, Miss Shannon Dolphin Smith. Everyone at Miller calls her Miss G. Smith, because Dolphin Smith is a lot for our little ones to get out. Miss G. Smith is our media specialist, and she's been in that role for the past 6 years, but she has her total number of years in education are 13. Before becoming a media specialist, she was a special ed teacher in the Dubuque County school system. Shannon is married to Demetra Smith, and they have one son named Kobe, who is currently a sophomore at Middle Georgia State University. Some of Ms. G. Smith's hobbies include arts and crafts and reading. She is the sponsor for our reading club, and they have participated for the past several years in the Reading Bowl. It has the Hannah Ruffin Reading Bowl, and she's also our yearbook editor. One word to describe Ms. G. Smith is dependable, because the teachers can depend on her to meet their needs, especially with a lot of our technology needs. Our teacher of the year is Shannon Dolphin Smith.
Next, we have from Shirley Hills Elementary, Principal Dr. Tracy Jackson. If you will introduce your guest, please.
Good evening. Okay, I'm challenged today. Good evening. Okay. Afternoon. Thank you. Thank you. All right. We are so glad to be here. As they said, I am Tracy Jackson, the principal at the Shirley Hills Elementary in Houston County. And today, our guests, I have two of my outstanding students and my teacher of the year and the parent. So we will start out with Miss Chioma Kalu as one of our outstanding students. Chioma is a 4th grade student at Shirley Hills Elementary, and she's in our gifted class there. I was looking for Chioma all last week, and they had left the country. She visited Nigeria. Her parents were in Nigeria for 2 weeks. So we got to have some conversation about that trip. I know she told me with the jet lag and all of that, she's behind because they're 6 hours ahead, so we're going to have some conversation about that. Chioma is an outstanding student at Shirley Hills. She's been with us since pre-K, and she's participated in several clubs. She's on dance team. She's a member of our guitar club. She also is a drama participant. She loves that. Her hobbies include jump roping, swimming, and reading. And Chioma says she loves going to school, and she is an all-A student. And she said that she would not want to be anywhere else other than Shirley Hills Elementary. She also loves gymnastics, and she hopes that all of these schools will grow so that Houston County schools can be the best. Thank you, Chioma. Next, we have Keegan McCullough. Keegan is a 5th grade gifted student at Shirley Hills, and Keegan has been with us also since pre-K. And Keegan loves doing all kinds of activities, but one thing I can say about him is he is so passionate about school. He's very passionate about his work. If he doesn't do well, he gets very upset, and he's going to strive to do his very best the next time. So he gives it 100% every single day, as does Chioma. He maintained an A average at Shirley Hills. Of course, he's in the gifted program. He has been a member of the Recorder Club at Shirley Hills, Junior Master Gardeners, and he is currently involved in our 4-H at Shirley Hills. He's also enrolled in the Duke University TIP program. His outside of school activities include playing baseball, he loves hunting, and he's also studied violin for the past 3 years, and he is good. All right, so I present to you Keegan McCullough.
Thank you.
I love my girl here too. And then next, of course, we have our Teacher of the Year, Ms. Leanne Buttram. And I have to say that Ms. Buttram has been at Shirley Hills for 10 years. When I met Ms. Buttram 10 years ago, Ms. Buttram is one of my pre-K SPED teachers. When I tell you somebody is passionate about those children, is passionate about those children, who loves her job, that's this lady right here. I can ask her to do anything, she's going to do it. Leadership, anything, she's going to do it. Our parents love Mrs. B. Our students love Mrs. B. And, you know, when we think about our students with disabilities, a lot of times they challenge us. And I mean, they challenge us. But Mrs. B, you go and talk to her and ask her for advice, or ask her, you know, what should I do in this situation? She is gonna let you know how she can help. And, you know, she was born to be a teacher. She was born to be a teacher. And she does an awesome job. She's also a member of our PBIS team. She's also our 4-H club leader. I don't know, she's brought all kind of animals in our building. I'm like, Miss B, you can't be bringing all these chickens and eggs and all that stuff in here. But she loves it. She exposes her kids to as much as possible. She tries to make everything real world for her students in pre-K. She's just wonderful. She's the mother of 3. She also helps whenever we have job fairs. She comes with lots of creative decorations for our school. If you come in Shirley Hills and you see our barns around the window, she's done all of that stuff. And so, you know, anything that I ask her to do, she's also our homebound teacher. Like I said, she is just a phenomenal teacher, and she loves what she does. And when you find someone that's that passionate to the point where they just touch me, because I'm so passionate about it myself, we just made a connection 10 years ago, and she is so much deserving of being our Teacher of the Year this year. Love you, Miss B.
Thank you very much. Next we have from Huntington Middle School Principal, Dr. Gwendolyn Taylor. You will tell us about your guest, please.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having the Hawks here today. I brought 2 of our outstanding, well, 3 of our outstanding Hawks, 2 of them just smaller. So our first Hawk is Ms. Talia Gibson. Talia's in the 8th grade at Huntington, and she is our 2019-2020 queen. Talia said that she feels wearing the crown doesn't just mean she represents Huntington. She feels as she has the responsibility to show others the true heart of Huntington. She is a member of Huntington Ladies of Distinction Club, Partners Club. She's a cheerleader, and she's a member of the National Junior Beta Club. Outside of school, she is an active member of her church, Fellowship Bible Baptist, where she serves as a youth leader and works in the church clothing closet. Talia said her favorite thing about being at Huntington is the teacher. She is a great role model for Huntington Middle School. Ms. Talia Gibson. Mr. Chance Matthew. This is my little guy that comes to see me every morning. Chance is an AD student at Huntington. He's an 8th grader. He plays second base on Huntington baseball team. He is a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, And like I said, he comes and he do the flags every morning for us. Also, Chance is active in his church, Second Baptist. He plays on the church basketball team and baseball team. At lunch today, he said he had to watch what he was eating because last year during basketball season he was a little out of shape and he didn't want to get out of shape. When I asked Chance what he likes about being a student at Huntington, his exact words were, great teachers, amazing lunch staff, great office people, a great custodian, just a great school. Chance is a great model for a student at Huntington. Our teacher of the year is Mr. Ashley Williamson. I have a ditto some of the words that Dr. Jackson said. Mr. Williamson is one of our special resource teachers. I mean, the passion that he has for our students, words cannot describe it. Mr. Williamson run through the woods, he run to Walmart, chasing after students. Whatever he has to do, he does it. And I mean, really build a relationship with his students. When others can't talk to him, he'll go get them from 8th grade hallway, 7th grade hallway, because he teaches 6th grade. So therefore, he has formed a bond with those students. Mr. Williamson, I mean, the other day, before Christmas, I got an email. We had a student that moved to Utah. And the parents were thanking Mr. Williamson for the great job that he did with the student when he was here. He's been with us 15 years, and we're just so blessed to have him at Huntington Middle School, Mr. Ashley Williamson.
Again, we get a chance to meet another outstanding student that we have here in Houston County, and I want to say to all of you, you all are the reason why we as a board enjoy serving and do what we do, because outstanding students, teachers, high-achieving students, etc. So again, thank you all for being here. 2 Houston County Career Academy students won state awards at the 12th Annual Georgia Business and Education Summit held December 9th in Gainesville, to include Georgia Student of the Year. Janiyah Malloy was honored with this award. She is a senior at Warner Robins High and the Career Academy. Would Career Academy Principal Ms. Sabrina Phelps and Ms. Malloy, would you please come forward? Ms. Phelps, would you please tell us about this outstanding student you have here?
Yeah, it's a pleasure. I want to introduce you guys to Janiyah Malloy. She's at Warner Robins High School, like you said. She came to the Career Academy as a ninth grader. So when you talk about students being college and career ready, this is the poster child for that. She was in our criminal justice program, so she's received lots of technical certificates of credit while she has been in high school. And after she finished us at the Career Academy, she went on to start pursuing academics over at CBTC. And Janiyah will graduate in May from CBTC before she even earns her high school diploma. She will earn her associate's degree in applied science with criminal justice, and then she will also then graduate Warner Robins High School at the end of that. So when we looked at nominated students for Georgia Career Academy Students of the Year, it was easy to choose Janiyah. She is truly college and career ready, and just a poster child. So when she talked about her personal motto, she's talked about not setting limitations, and the only limitation is the one that she chooses to place upon herself. So just excited about having her at our school and representing the state of Georgia as Georgia's College and Career Academy Student of the Year.
Thank you all very much. Thank you again. Continuing on with our agenda, Ms. Hughes, if you would give us a motion to adopt our agenda.
Yes, thank you, Chairman Wilson. I move that we adopt our agenda as presented.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we adopt the agenda as presented. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. Minutes from our previous meeting, Ms. Hughes.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve our minutes from our previous meeting also.
Second.
It's been motioned and second that we approve the minutes from our previous meeting. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. Board member comments. Any comments from you?
Mr. Chairman, I'd just like to express my appreciation to you, Ms. Hughes, for your leadership on our board. We appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. Any other?
I also would like to say thank you for giving me this opportunity and this honor to serve as the vice chair, and I thank Chairman Wilson for his leadership and superintendent and all of our board members. This is a team effort, and I just appreciate. Sometimes people ask me, what's going on at the board, or how are things, or that kind of thing, and I say this is the best job that I've ever had. So it's an honor to serve on this board. So thank you.
Thank you. Any other comment? Thank you all very much, and I would like to thank you all, thank the board for re-electing me as chairman, and also Ms. Hughes to serve right along with me. And as she said, it is truly, truly an honor to serve on this board, and you all putting that kind of trust in me to serve as your chairman, and with the people that the experts, Dr. Scott and his staff and others, you all make it very easy for us to serve. And again, we thank you very much for the information that you all provide us with the recommendations and all of that. And again, this school system is the best of the best. I see many school systems from numbers on paper or visiting with other board members and just talking to people in different areas of the state and even in the nation. And Houston County School System is the best of the best because of people like yourself, and our numbers keep growing. That is, and not only population-wise, but it's growing, test scores, graduation, etc. And some information was presented last night that just blew my heart away about how we're trying to make sure that all means all and all of that. So again, thank you for the opportunity to serve on this board with you all, and thank you for the opportunity to serve as chairman. Again, thank you very much. Dr. Scott.
Yes, I too want to take the opportunity just to thank Mr. Wilson and Ms. Hughes for serving as leadership on the board, but also to say thank you to all our board members for the strong support of the school district. And we don't always agree, but we've learned to compromise and work together and make sure that we're focusing on the right things. And going back to Fred has a servant heart, and he represents us all over this community. And being chair is there is no pay for being chair. It's just out of the love for this district, and we call on him often. And even if it's just to come sign one document, he'll drive all the way from Winter Robins to Perry just to do that, and he does it right away. And so we appreciate your leadership, and more than that, your service to this community over a lot of years. Your service in the military and in civil service, and then as a board member for many, many years. I don't know, but he's got to be getting close to the longest serving board member that we've ever had. So, if not the most, one of the most. And so that says a lot about him and his leadership. And then also, I'd like to congratulate Mr. Gerald. We will be. I did make a recommendation to the board, and hopefully the board will approve that later today, that Mr. Gerald's continue to serve as counsel for the school district, and he gives great advice to the board. He makes sure that we conduct our meetings in the proper manner, and we follow the guidelines, and really is not shy about telling us his opinion, and we value that in Billy's service to the board. So Billy, thank you on a professional and a personal note for your service to the board. The Governor's Office of Student Achievement announced single statewide accountability system awards on December the 19th. And Houston County High was awarded the Platinum Award for greatest gains. They were one of only 6 high schools in the state of Georgia to earn this award. To earn platinum in the greatest gains category, a school must earn a 3-year average CCRPI score that ranks at the 99th percentile. And so congratulations to Doug Reiser, and more importantly, congratulations to his staff. They do a great job and working very hard to make sure that the students in that school are getting everything that they need to be successful in life. Last month, I shared that 4 of our schools were named 2019-2020 reward schools by the Georgia Department of Education. And on December the 20th, the DOE, kind of an unusual action, they announced that there were additional reward schools that had been left off. And this designation is awarded to the top 5% of the greatest improved Title I school-wide schools in Georgia. And they also must maintain the performance of all of their students, including economically disadvantaged students, students with disabilities, and English learners. And I'm very proud to congratulate Huntington Middle School, and it's so appropriate that they're here today, and Shirley Hills Elementary School, who is also here today, that they have been added to our 4 original elementary schools, which included Centerville, Eagle Springs, Morningside, and Tucker. So Dr. Jackson and Dr. Taylor, congratulations on your schools being recognized as well. At the end of November, our district identified the Gifted Teacher of the Year, Ms. Kim Stewart, who is at Northside High School, and she will represent the school district as the 2019-2020 Gifted Teacher of the Year. We congratulate Ms. Stewart at Northside High School. We also had our system spelling bee here last Friday on January the 10th. The winner was Bon Air Middle 7th grader Carlin Morris, and the runner-up was Lake Joy Elementary 5th grader Clara Swafford. Next, they competed the district regional spelling bee on February the 22nd at Fort Valley State University, and we wish them well as they compete in that competition. We also had our district top 4 academic teams for middle school, and they competed in the regional Page Academic Bowl on December the 7th, and it included teams from Bibb, Peach, Jones, and our district. And congratulations goes out to Fagan Mill and Perry Middle on winning Region 8 and advancing to the state, which will be held on January the 23rd. We're also proud of Bon Air and Mossy Creek for being runner-up for Region 8. In addition, congratulations to the elementary school academic bowl district winners. Langston Road Elementary won 1st place, and 2nd place, Matt Arthur was recognized for 2nd place. The Georgia General Assembly convened yesterday for the 2020 session. Our executive cabinet, Mr. Wilson and Ms. Hughes, met with our delegates on December 12th to discuss important education topics and pending legislation. And our priority topics are teacher shortage crisis across the state of Georgia, our teachers' retirement system, of course, safety in our schools, support for public education, not vouchers, and also local control, saying that we believe that the best decisions are made by local elected officials. These legislative priorities are posted online under our community tab. If you want to look at that, I try to stay in close communication with our delegation during the session, but we certainly appreciate the support that we get from our local legislative delegation and the support they give public education. This month is Gifted Education Month, and we also have a few upcoming events. The Winter Special Olympics will be held January the 16th and 17th at Veterans High School Gym. The opening ceremonies will begin at 10 a.m. on both days. And then this coming Monday, January the 20th, our district will be closed in observation of the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. And the Chamber will honor our star students and teachers on February the 4th, and we'll be here in the auditorium at the board office at 5:30 on that day. And then finally, I would like to wish an early birthday to Mr. Dave Crockett. His birthday is on the 15th. Mr. Crockett, I believe, is 49 again. Happy birthday, and thank you for your service over the board. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Our next item on the agenda is the department reports. We got great information that was presented to us on last evening, as I said. Any further comment, board members, on the department reports? Okay, next item will be in new business, 2020 Board Attorney. Can we have a motion, please?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation that Mr. William R. Durrells, Jr. of the law firm Daniel Lawson, Hubble, and Durrells, Perry, Georgia, remain as general counsel for the Houston County School District. Second.
It's been motioned and second that we approve the superintendent's recommendation to approve Mr. Billy Gerald as our 2020 Board Attorney. Any further comments from the board? Again, I would like to make a comment. Billy, thank you again for giving us the correct information, the right information, the legal information, so that we can make the kind of decisions for the school system, for the school system that we have to make. And of course, with your personal involvement, and that is you're from Houston County, we know that you will continue to do the best, and we just thank you very much. Any further comments? All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. Next item will be the 2020 Consolidated Application Resolution. Laura.
Yes, sir. I'd like to make a motion that we approve as presented the resolution for consolidation application.
Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the 2020 Consolidated Application Resolution as presented. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Bank depositors for 2020. Dave.
Chairman, move we approve as presented last night the 2020 bank depositories.
Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the 2020 bank depositors as presented on last evening. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. Financial report, Dr. Underwood.
Thank you, Chairman. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the November 2019 financial report as presented. Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the November 2019 financial report as presented. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. The purchasing report, Dave.
Chairman, move we approve as presented the January 2020 purchases, $2,071,879.29 coming from the general fund, and $83,226.67 coming from the school nutrition fund.
Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the purchasing report for January 2020 in the amounts that were explained to us. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. Personnel report, Lori.
Yes, sir. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the personnel reports presented last night.
Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the personnel report for January 2020. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. We have two individual personnel actions that we need to take action on. Helen.
Yes, I move that we approve the superintendent's recommendation for Dr. Kelly Rush for the position of principal at Langston Road Elementary School.
Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the superintendent's recommendation to appoint Dr. Kelly Rush for the position of principal at Langston Road Elementary. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. The next one will be for athletic director, head football coach, Brian.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation for Mr. Chad Allen as athletic director for Northside High School.
Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the superintendent's recommendation to appoint Mr. Chad Algood for the principal and athletic director for Northside High School. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. And the next item on the agenda will be a revised policy for JCDAD. Brian.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the revision of policy JCDAD as presented. The revision clarifies bus conduct and reflects current practices.
Second.
It has been motioned and seconded that we approve the revised policy for JCDAD, which deals with school bus conduct. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. And the next item, rescinded policy. Helen.
Yes, I move that we rescind policy EDCB as it is a policy JCDAD.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we rescind policy EDCB because of being a duplicate of the previous policy. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. The next item on the agenda is persons who wish to address the board. Mr. Robin Jackson, are you here? If you will come forward, please. Thank you, sir. And Mr. Jackson, 3 to 5 minutes, please. Thank you.
Very good. You that stay within the time. So
Yes, sir. Thank you.
put into your life. As you all know, my name is Mr. Robin Jackson, and I pass you out those books just to show you some of the work that the work that I've done in the House County school system. As you can, by reading the introduction of that book, you will see that I've been in the school system for over 44 years. And just so coincidentally, the last time I addressed y'all, on that May 2019 board meeting, that Sunday night I had a stroke. And but thank God and by his ability to what he can do, and I recovered from it. And last Sunday night, after the meeting with you, so I don't know what night it was to meet the board or not. So, but anyway, now I'm here because, like I said, the late David Perdue Sr. was the superintendent at that time. And at that time, he was electing the superintendent. Now they are appointing him, which I disagree with it, but it's according to the state law. And maybe some of the things that I'm going to say, maybe this board of education could get with the state on some of the things. As mainly with the substitute teachers. The substitute teachers gets no benefits whatsoever, zero. I mean, no matter how long they've been there or whatever. At one time, he was getting those benefits when they was full-time substitute teachers, but they all eliminated all of those full-time substitute teachers as on-call basis. The only time you call as a substitute teacher is when you it's called. And Mr. Gerald, I know he's very familiar with this, and of course, like I said, it was done the time 1996 when we were trying to get the splosh passed, and the board claimed at that time that it was not having much money, which it probably didn't, and with the splosh being passed. And I must admit, the first year I was against this splosh, and basically still is. And because of this, the parish construction and everything just trying to get money as for the Perry Middle School when it was in operation. They closed it down, and I heard rumors, like I said, the only reason why they closed it down, well, I know why they said, the board said that because of the pipe and drainage system and everything was old, but that wasn't really the reason. Because of religious discrimination, that the many white didn't want their white kids walking through a black neighborhood. And one of the things which I'm up here to talk about now is, well, I'm going to say I'm very proud to see that all the principals that you had here, that visitor was black, and also one of the representatives was Phelps from House County Academy is black, which I'm very proud, and I have seen lots of compliments done by this board. But then I have also seen me as the attorney, and he's a Westfield graduate, and he can let you know that, and I'm a Perry High graduate, and it seems like more folks from Westfield get hired compared to me. And I don't think that is right. I know, like I said, you hired for that reason to do what's right under the law. And I wanted to abide by the law too, as far as discrimination lawsuits and everything is concerned. Yes, we went all the way to the United States Supreme Court with the last case that I had. And
Can you kind of summarize?
well, I'm just going
Within
to
5 minutes.
but just summarizing, I wanted to know why the board cannot hire me as a full-time teacher. You know, I have a master's degree from Fort Valley State, and I'm just wondering now. Yes, all right. I want to know an answer from the board.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We appreciate your comments. Do we have any? Okay, thank you very much. Those are all the items that, active items on the agenda that require any action. At this time, I will need a motion to adjourn. There's a motion and second that we adjourn at this time. All in favor of the motion, please show by hand. Thank you all very much. Thank you everyone for visiting with us today.